You remember how during the debt ceiling negotiations, that took about 3 months, and there was all this painful things, and then we had the super committee, and we had the agreement that if the super committee doesn't work out, there would be a sequester, and that means that there would be $1.2 trillion in extra cuts, half of which would come from defense, and the Republicans and the Democrats agreed to it after the most painful negotiations imaginable, and after we began to lose our credit rating here in the United States of America. First time that's ever happened. We got taken down a notch, and in the end, with about 10 minutes of debate, the House Republicans just killed the whole deal. Now, but wait a minute, you're going to say, I don't understand, the deal happened months ago, so how could they kill it afterwards? Well, they just decided we're not going to honor it. Who cares? Now, it doesn't mean that they don't honor the parts where they got the trillions of dollars worth of spending cuts. They already did that. And according to the Economic Policy Institute, that has already cost the economy 1.8 million jobs. Now, I don't know if those numbers are accurate, but they're a group that ran the numbers and say, well, obviously, when you do spending cuts, you take money out of the economy. When you actually fire federal and state employees, you take jobs out of the economy. That in total has cost 1.8 million jobs, which, of course, the Republicans must be ecstatic about because they turn around and blame President Obama because, oh, you see that, he's not creating enough jobs. But when it came to upholding their end of the bargain, which was $600 billion worth of spending cuts from defense, which really aren't even cuts. It reduces the growth of the Defense Department, which has already been out of control. They say, no, oh yeah, we screwed you over. Ha ha, no, that's it. They just had a vote, 220 to 201. They put in an amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act, and it's over. So they squelched on the deal. First of all, it's shocking how little press coverage it's gotten. So after all of that, oh my God, we're going to get a deal, we're going to get a deal. When the Republicans say, oh yeah, we are liars. We're proven, methodical, systematic, regular liars. That we will never, ever do what we tell you that we're going to do. An agreement with us means absolutely nothing. We will never uphold our end of the bargain. And so that's just kind of, I guess, not that big a news event. Or maybe the media is embarrassed in covering it because, wow, you know, we made a big stink out of that big agreement they had. It turns out the agreement didn't mean a damn thing. Or they're afraid to call something what it is, which is that the Republicans cannot be trusted to make any deal. They just won't uphold it. They'll take all the stuff that's in their favor, and then when it comes to doing the things that they need to do, they say, no, but we get paid by the defense contractors. Of course we're not going to do that. No, we killed the deal. That just passed the House. So there it is. The deal is dead. Now, of course, at the same time, they're saying, oh, we need another debt ceiling fight at the end of this year. McConnell's called for it. Boehner's called for it. They all say, oh, my God, no, we need to restart those negotiations. And what do the Democrats do? Well, Tim Geithner was at a summit last week saying, well, of course they're right. But the only question is, when do we do that? President Obama apparently has given assurances over and over again that he will again push for another grand bargain where they do more spending cuts. Now, wait a minute. If I'm a Democrat, or if I'm anybody, you make a deal with me, and at the end you don't do what you were supposed to do. Like you say, okay, I'm going to wash your car, and I give you $20, and then you take the $20 and go home and don't wash my car. And when you come to ask me for $20 to wash my car again, well, there's some chance there'll be violence. But beyond that, putting that aside, I'm not going to give you the $20. See, but the thing is, the Democrats aren't that stupid. Nobody's that stupid. They're part of the same game. The Democrats are supposed to be the ones that are like, okay, here's another $20. They're supposed to lose because they're supposed to be the buffoons, the losers, the idiots. Who would make a deal with these Republicans knowing that they never honor the deals? They only take their side and give you nothing. Remember, John Boehner had said on 60 Minutes that he got 98% of what he wanted. Now, this is him saying, well, I'm just not going to do the other 2%. Even if you give him 98% of what he wants, he still won't uphold his end of the bargain. So what's the point of making a deal with Republicans? There is no deals. They just take. Now, if I was the president, I'd hold a press conference and declare to the country what frauds the Republicans are. And I would put this up as an example. And I would challenge the media. I would challenge the Republicans. I would challenge everybody to say, hey, wait a minute. Didn't you guys cover this for 3 months? Or isn't this the time when you have to say, okay, what's fair is fair. These guys are liars. Is the president going to do that? No, of course not, because he's part of the same system. He's going to pretend to negotiate with them again. He's going to give them another 98% of what they want, and then they're going to take away the other 2%. And we're going to go through this cycle over and over again, because the Democrats are paid losers, and the Republicans are paid liars. And there's your American political system. Enjoy.